My dear children, come and rest in my presence now. Imagine the hush of a chapel in the first light of morning, when the air is cool and still, and the golden rays of dawn touch the stained glass, spilling colors of crimson, sapphire, and emerald across the floor. Hear the distant chime of a bell that calls hearts to draw near, to bow low, to be still before me. Feel the glow of altar candles flickering, their flame rising upward as a reminder that your prayers are never lost, but lifted to me like incense. I invite you to breathe deeply in this moment. Lay aside every worry, every burden, every restless thought. I am here with you. I am here for you. In my presence, time slows and the weight of the world fades. My love surrounds you like the embrace of a father who delights in his children. My dear children, I have longed for this moment with you, a time of stillness where you can hear my voice and rest in my promises. Remain with me now. Let my spirit quiet your heart, like a calm river flowing gently through a meadow. Do not rush away. This is holy ground. I am the Lord your God, and I am speaking to you now in love. My dear children, I want you to know the depth of my love. You are precious to me beyond measure. I have carried you in times when you could not walk, and I have lifted you when you fell. I have forgiven you when your heart wandered, and I have drawn you back to myself with cords of kindness. I never abandon you, for I am faithful, even when you feel weak and unsure. The purpose of this message today is simple yet profound. I want to show you the joy that is found in walking in obedience with me. I know there are times when you hesitate, times when you struggle to surrender, times when obedience feels heavy or frightening. But hear my voice, my dear children. Obedience is not meant to be a chain of bondage. It is the pathway to freedom, to joy, to peace overflowing. Stay with me as I reveal this truth. My word is life. My promises are sure. Let your heart remain in the shelter of my presence as I speak this message over you. When you walk in my ways, you walk in blessing. When you abide in my word, your soul finds nourishment. Just as a vine bears fruit only when it is connected to its source, so your life flourishes when it remains rooted in me. Without me you can do nothing, but with me you bear fruit that lasts. My dear children, remember what I have spoken. If you keep my commandments, you will remain in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and remain in his love. I have told you this so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete. This is my word from John 15:10-11. It is not a burden but a gift. It is not a demand but an invitation. I long for your joy to be complete. Think of a vine, lush and full, bearing grapes that are sweet and abundant. That vine has been pruned. Branches that bore no fruit were cut away, not in cruelty, but in love, so that what remains might thrive. In the same way, when you surrender to me, I prune away the things that hinder your growth. Pride, fear, disobedience. These I gently cut away, so that your life might shine with the beauty of holiness and bear fruit that blesses many. Do not resist my pruning, my dear children. I know it is not always easy. Obedience sometimes feels like letting go of what you cling to most tightly. Yet I see further than you can see. I know the end from the beginning. When you trust me with obedience, you will taste the sweetness of freedom, the richness of joy, the peace that passes understanding. I do not call you to obey out of fear. I call you to obey out of love. My commands are not shackles, they are life. Every word I speak is a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. When you obey me, you are walking in light. When you obey me, you are protected from the snares of the enemy. When you obey me, your life becomes a testimony of my goodness and grace. My dear children, think of the calm after a storm. Dark clouds may rage, rain may pour, lightning may strike, but when the storm passes, the air is fresh, the sun breaks through, and the earth seems new again. This is the joy of obedience. It is the calm after surrender, the peace that follows trust. I long to give you this peace, to clothe you in it, to wrap you in my presence like a mantle of comfort. Do not be reluctant to follow me. I will never lead you into harm. I am the Good Shepherd, and I guide you to green pastures and still waters. When I ask you to walk a narrow path, it is because that path leads to life. When I ask you to let go of sin, it is because sin steals your joy. When I ask you to surrender your will, it is because my will is perfect, pleasing, and good. Obedience is not loss, it is gain. Obedience is not the end of your joy, it is the beginning of it. When you yield to me, you discover who you truly are, beloved, chosen, set apart, filled with my Spirit, radiant with my glory. I see you, my dear children. I see the battles you face between your own desires and my will. I know the tension in your heart. Yet I assure you, every act of obedience, no matter how small, delights me. Every yes you whisper to my command becomes a seed planted in fertile soil, destined to bear fruit in due season. Lift your eyes to me. Trust me in the pruning. Trust me in the path I set before you. Trust me in the quiet moments and in the storms. Let your heart rest in this truth. I take joy in your obedience, not because I need it, but because it is the pathway to your flourishing. My joy becomes your joy. My delight becomes your strength. My dear children, do you see how the vine flourishes only when it abides in the gardener's care? The vine does not argue with the hand that tends it. The vine does not resist the pruning or turn away from the soil that feeds it. It simply abides, and in that abiding, fruit is born in abundance. This is what I desire for you, a life so rooted in me that joy springs up like a fountain that cannot be quenched. When you hesitate to obey, when you wrestle with doubt or fear, I want you to remember this. My commands are given in love. I do not ask of you what I have not already given to you. I do not demand of you what I do not also empower you to fulfill. I am your strength in weakness. I am your light in darkness. I am your guide when the path is unclear. There will be times when obedience feels costly. I know this, my dear children. There will be moments when I ask you to forgive when your heart cries for justice. There will be moments when I ask you to give when you feel empty, to trust when you cannot see the way forward, to stand firm when the world presses you to conform. In those moments, hear my voice. I am with you. You are not alone. Every sacrifice of obedience is a seed that I water, and from it eternal fruit will grow. Consider the field after harvest. The stalks that once seemed barren are gathered, and the land appears empty. Yet beneath the soil, new life is stirring. In the same way, when you lay something down in obedience, it may seem like loss, but I am already at work, bringing forth new growth, new blessing, new joy that you cannot yet see. Trust the unseen work of my Spirit. Trust that I am faithful to reward those who walk in my ways. My dear children, obedience is not about perfection, but about love. You stumble, yes, but I do not cast you aside. When your heart longs to follow me, even in weakness, I see your desire, and I pour out my grace. My word says that a bruised reed I will not break, and a smoldering wick I will not snuff out. I lift up the weak, I strengthen the weary, I steady the trembling hand. Remember this promise. I delight not in sacrifices or offerings, but in a heart that listens and obeys. Obedience is better than sacrifice, because obedience springs from love. You may bring me words, songs, offerings, but what I desire most is your heart, a heart that trusts me enough to say, "Yes, Lord." My dear children, do not think obedience robs you of freedom. Obedience is freedom. When you obey, you step out of chains that once bound you. You walk away from lies that deceived you. You turn from burdens that weighed you down. My truth sets you free, and in that freedom you dance with joy. Think of the river, clear and strong, flowing within its banks. The river is not trapped by its boundaries. It is guided, given direction, and therefore it flows with power and life. If the river were to abandon its course, it would become a flood that destroys. So it is with your life, my dear children. Obedience gives you boundaries, not to harm you, but to direct you, so that the waters of your soul may flow with strength, refreshing those around you and bringing life wherever you go. Do you see how my joy is tied to your obedience? Not because I delight in rules, but because I delight in your flourishing. I created you for communion with me. I formed you for love. When you obey, you step into alignment with the purpose for which I made you, and joy overflows. My dear children, hear this truth. Every act of obedience brings me delight. When you choose honesty in a world of lies, I rejoice. When you choose kindness in a world of cruelty, I rejoice. When you choose to worship in the midst of sorrow, I rejoice. When you choose to remain faithful in trials, I rejoice. Each choice is a light shining in the darkness, a fruit ripening on the vine, a reflection of my glory to the world. Do not despise the small obediences, a gentle word, a quiet prayer, a hidden act of generosity. These are precious in my sight. I see what others do not see. I reward what is done in secret. The fruit of obedience does not always show immediately, but in time you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. And when you stumble, when obedience feels beyond you, do not despair. Lift your eyes to me. Call upon my name. I am merciful. I am gracious. I forgive quickly and restore fully. Do not allow failure to keep you from my presence. Do not allow guilt to silence your prayers. Come to me as you are, for I am your Father, and I welcome you with open arms. My dear children, I long for you to know that my joy is not distant. It is here, now, available to you in every act of trust, in every step of surrender. When you say yes to me, you are stepping into joy that cannot be stolen. The world may offer pleasures that fade, but the joy I give is eternal. It flows like living water, refreshing your soul, renewing your spirit, sustaining you through every season. Let my words sink deep into your heart. Remain in my love, walk in my ways, and my joy will be in you, and your joy will be made complete. My dear children, pause with me here and listen. I am not a distant ruler watching from afar. I am your Father, near and present, with every heartbeat and every breath you take. I know the steps you walk this day. I know the thoughts that ran through your mind, the burdens you carried quietly, the moments you wondered if I was truly listening. And I tell you now, I have been with you through it all. I am always near, and I am always guiding you into my ways of life. When I call you to obedience, I am not asking you to carry a weight too heavy for your shoulders. I am inviting you to walk in step with me, to learn from me, to rest in me. My Son told you, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Do not think that my commands are chains to restrain you. They are gifts to preserve you, to protect you, to bless you. Look at the tree planted by streams of water, its roots going deep, its leaves evergreen. Through every season, whether heat or drought, wind or storm, that tree stands strong because it is rooted in the source of life. So it is with you, my dear children. When you root yourselves in me through obedience, your soul will remain nourished, your spirit refreshed, your life fruitful. Yes, pruning will come. You will feel me cut away habits, desires, and attachments that hinder your growth. Do not resist my hand, for I prune in love. Every cut I make is with the vision of fruitfulness. I see what you do not yet see, the harvest ahead, the joy prepared for you, the blessings yet to unfold. Do you trust me enough to let me shape you? Do you trust my wisdom more than your own understanding? My dear children, your reluctance often comes from fear. You fear losing control. You fear what obedience might cost. You fear stepping into the unknown. But hear me. Fear does not come from me. Perfect love drives out fear, and my love is perfect toward you. When you yield in obedience, you are not stepping into emptiness. You are stepping into my arms. You are stepping into safety, into purpose, into joy that endures. I delight in seeing you walk in freedom. Do not cling to what holds you down. Let go of bitterness. Let go of doubt. Let go of the pride that whispers, "You know better." Trust the voice that formed you, the hands that fashioned you, the heart that has loved you from before time began. When you obey, you align your life with heaven's melody. You become part of a symphony of grace, where each note rises in harmony, and my spirit breathes life into every measure. Do not underestimate the beauty of a life surrendered. Angels rejoice over every act of obedience, and my spirit moves through your willing heart to bring light into a darkened world. My dear children, the world will tell you that obedience is weakness, that surrender is loss. But I tell you the truth, obedience is strength, surrender is victory. To bow before me is to rise above the grip of sin. To yield to my will is to walk in power greater than any force on earth. The enemy trembles when you obey, for obedience cuts the cords of his lies and breaks the power of his schemes. Think of a lamp filled with oil. When the wick is trimmed and the flame burns steady, it brings light to every corner of the room. But if the lamp is neglected, if the wick grows long and smoke fills the air, the light dims and the room grows dark. My dear children, your obedience is like trimming the wick. It keeps the flame of your faith bright, so that others may see my light through you. You are not called to obedience for yourselves alone. Through your obedience, others are blessed. Through your obedience, families are strengthened. Friendships are restored. Communities are healed. Your obedience becomes a testimony that draws others to me. A gentle word spoken in truth, a humble act done in secret, a faithful heart choosing me again and again. These are seeds of revival. Do not say, "My obedience is too small to matter." Nothing surrendered to me is ever wasted. Every act of trust multiplies. Every seed sown bears fruit. Every yes you give echoes in eternity. My kingdom is built not by grand displays of power, but by faithful hearts walking day by day in love and truth. And when you grow weary, when obedience feels like climbing a steep hill, lean into me. My Spirit is your helper, your comforter, your strength. You do not obey in your own power. You obey by my Spirit within you. Call upon me, and I will answer. Ask for strength, and I will supply it. Ask for wisdom, and I will give it generously. Ask for peace, and I will still the storm around you. My dear children, let my words echo in your soul. If you love me, keep my commands. But do not hear these as harsh or cold. Hear them as the invitation of a father who longs to walk with his children. To love me is to walk with me. To keep my commands is to live in the shelter of my love. And in this, your joy will overflow. You will see fruit in your life: love, where once there was anger; peace, where once there was turmoil; patience, where once there was restlessness. You will taste the sweetness of kindness, the richness of goodness, the beauty of faithfulness, the strength of gentleness, the power of self-control. These are the fruits that grow in the soil of obedience. My dear children, come closer now. Do not hold back. Surrender is not to be feared, it is to be embraced. Obedience is not the end of your joy, it is the doorway into fullness of joy. Walk with me, trust me. Let my words dwell richly in you. Let my Spirit guide you. Let your life be a vine laden with fruit, testifying to the goodness of the one who prunes, tends, and blesses. My dear children, draw near and hear my heart. I have not called you to walk in half light or half truth. I have called you into the fullness of life. Obedience is the door that opens into this abundance. It is the key that unlocks peace beyond understanding, strength beyond measure, and joy beyond what you have yet imagined. Think of the horizon at dawn. Night has been long and the shadows heavy. Yet the moment the sun rises, darkness flees, and the earth is clothed in light. So it is when you choose to obey. The night of doubt and rebellion passes, and the morning of joy breaks forth. Every step you take in obedience allows more of my light to shine into your soul. Do not despise the process of growth. The vine does not bear fruit overnight. The branches stretch, the leaves unfold, the blossoms come before the clusters ripen. So it is with you, my dear children. Day by day, choice by choice, your obedience shapes you into vessels of glory. Be patient with yourselves. Do not grow discouraged in the waiting. I am the gardener of your soul, and I never leave my work unfinished. There are times when the world will misunderstand your obedience. They may call you foolish for walking away from sin. They may call you strange for living by my word. They may even oppose you, for the world resists the ways of heaven. But remember, my dear children, I see, I know, I honor those who honor me. And though the world may scorn, heaven rejoices over every faithful step. Let your heart rest in this truth. You are never alone in obedience. My Son walked this path before you. He obeyed even unto death, and through his obedience, salvation has come to the world. He is your example. but He is also your strength. His Spirit lives within you, empowering you to walk in the same love, the same faith, the same surrender. You do not carry this alone. I carry you. My dear children, think of a shepherd guiding his flock. He calls, and the sheep know his voice. They follow, not out of fear, but out of trust. For they know his voice leads them to safety, to pasture, to water, to rest. So it is with me. My commands are my voice calling to you. When you follow, you walk into life abundant. When you turn aside, you wander into places of danger and harm. Stay close to me. Hear my voice. Walk in my ways, for they are paths of life. Do not measure obedience by the approval of others. Do not compare your walk to another's. I lead each child in the way I know is best for them. Trust me with your story. Trust me with your path. Trust that even when you do not see the full picture, I am weaving all things together for your good. My dear children, obedience will often require surrender of self. Your pride will whisper, I know better. Your fear will whisper, what if I fail? Your flesh will whisper, this way is easier. But I ask you to silence those voices and listen for mine. For my whisper is gentle but true. This is the way. Walk in it. Each time you choose my voice over your own, you step into deeper freedom. Consider the waves on the shore. They rise, they fall, they break, but always they return to the ocean from which they came. In the same way, your life finds its purpose only in returning to me, your source. Obedience is the tide that carries you back into the depths of my presence, where you belong. My dear children, when you obey, you mirror heaven on earth. For in heaven there is no rebellion, no resistance, no reluctance, only the joy of willing surrender. Angels delight to do my will. Creation sings my praise. The heavens declare my glory. And when you choose obedience, you join this chorus. Your life becomes a song rising before my throne, a fragrance pleasing and beautiful. Do not wait for perfect conditions to obey. Do not wait until you feel strong or worthy. Obey now, in this moment, as you are. For I am the one who makes you worthy. I am the one who gives you strength. Each step of obedience, no matter how small, builds upon the last. Each yes prepares you for greater things. My dear children, I know there are wounds in your heart that make obedience hard. Some of you have been hurt by authority, and the word command feels heavy. Some of you have known betrayal, and trust feels fragile. But I am not like those who failed you. I am faithful, I am true. I will never misuse my authority, never harm you, never forsake you. When I ask for your obedience, it is always for your healing, your freedom, your joy. Let the rain wash over your soul, my children. Just as rain softens the hardened ground, let my Spirit soften your heart. Let my love heal the places where fear has taken root. Let my presence restore what was broken. As the soil yields to the rain, yield to me. And in that yielding, life will spring forth anew. My dear children, lift your eyes. See the vineyard spread across the hillside, every vine bursting with fruit after the pruning. Do you see the abundance? Do you see the harvest? This is the picture of your life when you walk in my ways. Others will taste the fruit of your obedience and find nourishment. Others will see the beauty of your surrender and be drawn to me. Your life is not only for you, it is for the blessing of many. Remain faithful, even when the fruit seems slow to appear. The harvest is certain. I am the Lord of the vineyard, and I do not forsake the work of my hands. Be steadfast. Be patient. Trust my timing. Trust my heart. And remember always, obedience is not the loss of joy, but the fullness of it. I rejoice when you walk in my ways, and I pour my joy into your heart until it overflows. Together, we share in this joy, a joy the world cannot take away, a joy that remains forever. My dear children, let your hearts rest as you hear me. The journey of obedience is not one of sudden perfection, but of steady walking, step by step, in the light of my presence. I am not asking you to run ahead in fear, nor to fall behind in hesitation. I am asking you to walk with me, hand in hand, at the pace of grace. When you stumble, do not despair. I am quick to lift you. My mercy flows like a river, cleansing and refreshing you. Every time you rise again in faith, every time you choose to keep walking, you bring joy to my heart. For I am not a harsh master demanding flawless service. I am a loving Father who delights in the willing obedience of his children. Think of a child learning to walk. At first the steps are unsteady, the legs trembling, the falls frequent. Yet the Father does not scold or reject. He rejoices in each small step, celebrates each new attempt, and lifts the child whenever he falls. So it is with you, my dear children. I see your efforts, I see your heart, and I rejoice in every step you take toward me in obedience. Do not measure your worth by your failures. Measure it by my love for you, a love that never changes, a love that never fails. Your obedience does not earn my love. It flows from it. You obey because you are already loved, already chosen, already mine. My dear children, hear this truth. My commands are not arbitrary. They are not burdens laid upon you without purpose. They are signposts pointing you to life. Every command is born of my wisdom. Every instruction is given for your good. When I tell you to forgive, it is to free you from the poison of bitterness. When I tell you to love, it is to heal what hatred has broken. When I tell you to trust, it is to release you from the grip of fear. You may not always understand in the moment why I ask what I ask. But trust me, just as a patient trusts the physician's hand even when the treatment is uncomfortable, so trust my hand upon your life. For I am the healer of your soul, and all I do is for your wholeness. Consider the mountain path, narrow and winding. From where you walk, you see only the next few steps. But I, your Father, see the summit. I know the view that awaits you, the glory that will take your breath away when you arrive. So when I ask you to keep climbing, even when the path is steep, it is because I know what lies ahead. My dear children, I delight in your willingness more than in your strength. I rejoice in your surrender more than in your accomplishments. I treasure your heart more than your deeds, for out of the heart flows obedience. Keep your heart soft toward me, and obedience will follow as naturally as fruit follows the blossom. Think of the wind filling the sails of a boat. The boat cannot move by its own effort, no matter how strong its structure. It is the wind that carries it forward. So it is with you. You cannot obey in your own strength. But when you open the sails of your heart to my spirit, I carry you. My breath fills you. My power moves you. My grace sustains you. My dear children, the world will tempt you with shortcuts. It will whisper that compromise is easier, that obedience is unnecessary, that joy can be found apart from me. Do not believe those lies. They are empty promises, broken wells that cannot hold water. True joy, lasting joy, eternal joy is found only in me. When you obey, you walk in the current of my blessing. You align yourself with the rhythm of heaven. You position yourself under the fountain of my goodness. The enemy cannot steal what I have placed within you, and the world cannot quench the joy I pour out upon you. Remember, my sons, words, if you keep my commandments, you will remain in my love. Remaining in my love is not a place of fear, but of safety, not a place of duty, but of delight. It is like resting under the shade of a great tree on a hot day, or finding shelter in a strong tower during the storm. My commands are your refuge, your shelter, your protection. My dear children, let your obedience be rooted in love, not obligation. Do not obey because you fear punishment. Obey because you long to please the one who loves you more than life. Love makes obedience sweet. Love turns duty into delight. Love transforms sacrifice into joy. Look again at the vine after pruning. It does not complain of what was cut away. It does not resist the gardener's hand. It simply abides, and in abiding it flourishes. You are that vine, and I am your gardener. Abide in me, trust my hand, yield to my pruning, and you will bear much fruit that remains, fruit that blesses, fruit that glorifies my name. My dear children, I call you today to rest in this truth. My joy is yours. It is not far off. It is here, now, in the very act of surrender. When you say yes to me, joy rises like a spring within you. When you follow my ways, peace flows like a river. When you trust my heart, hope shines like the morning sun. Do not delay your obedience. Do not postpone your surrender. Life is found in the now, in the moment you choose to walk with me. My arms are open, my heart is ready, my spirit is calling. Step into the joy I have prepared for you. My dear children, linger with me now as this time draws to its gentle close. Do not rush away, for I still have more to pour into your heart, like the soft glow of a candle that continues to burn long after the room has fallen silent. My presence remains with you even when this message fades from your ears. I am not leaving you. I am not distant. I am here, your Father, steady and near, whispering peace over you. Lift your eyes, my children, and see the light breaking through the clouds. The storm you feared has not destroyed you. Instead, the storm has passed, and now the calm arrives. Feel the air washed clean, the earth refreshed, the sky painted with radiant colors of hope. This is the picture of my love over you. Whatever you face, I bring the dawn. Whatever shadows surround you, my light will pierce through. Rest now, for I give rest to the weary. Lay down your burdens at my feet. I am the shepherd who makes you lie down in green pastures, who leads you beside still waters, who restores your soul. Let the sound of my promise calm your heart. Be still and know that I am God. My dear children, I want you to carry this truth with you. Obedience is not heavy when carried in my strength. When you walk with me, when you remain in my love, joy will bloom like flowers after winter. Even in the hardest seasons, I am bringing forth new life. Do not be afraid of tomorrow, for I am already there. Do not fear the unknown, for I hold it securely in my hands. I bless you with peace that the world cannot take away. I bless you with courage to obey even when the path feels narrow. I bless you with hope that does not fade even when the night seems long. I bless you with love that surrounds you like the embrace of a father who delights in his children. My dear children, see the river of living water flowing before you. Its waters are clear and refreshing, unending and abundant. This river is my spirit within you, sustaining you day by day. Drink deeply of it. Do not try to walk in your own strength. Allow my spirit to fill you, to refresh you, to carry you onward like a current strong and sure. As you go from here, remember what I have spoken. If you keep my commandments, you will remain in my love. I have told you this so that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be complete. These words are true, for I do not change, and my promises do not fail. I see you, my dear children. I see the tears you have shed in secret, the prayers whispered when no one else could hear. I see the weight you have carried, the questions you have held, and I say to you now, I am your refuge. I am your shield. I am your ever-present help in time of need. The journey ahead is not without challenge, but you do not walk it alone. Picture the road stretching before you, bathed in sunlight after the rain. The air carries the fragrance of new beginnings, the earth glistens with freshness, and your steps fall steady and sure. I walk beside you. I go before you. I come behind you. You are hemmed in by my love on every side. My dear children, I bless your homes with peace like a calm lake under the morning sun. I bless your minds with clarity like the sky swept clean after a storm. I bless your hearts with joy like a vineyard heavy with fruit. I bless your spirits with strength like the mountain that does not move, though winds howl and rains fall. When doubts rise, return to my word. When fear whispers, return to my presence. When weariness overwhelms, return to my promises. I have told you, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you. And so you can say with confidence, the Lord is my helper. I will not be afraid. My dear children, let my peace guard you. Let my joy sustain you. Let my love anchor you. Do not look at obedience as a burden, but as the very breath of life. For when you follow me, when you trust me, when you yield to me, you are walking in the purpose for which you were created. I am proud of you. I rejoice over you with singing. I delight in every step you take, even the smallest one. Do not compare yourself to others. Simply walk with me. I know the pace that is right for you. I know the path that is best for you. I know the blessings that are waiting for you. My dear children, may your nights be filled with peace, like a field under starlight. May your mornings be filled with hope, like the sun rising over the hills. May your days be filled with strength, like a tree planted by rivers of water. May your hearts overflow with joy, like a cup running over. Let this blessing rest upon you. You are mine, and I am yours. Nothing can separate you from my love. Not height, nor depth, nor things present, nor things to come, nothing in all creation can take you out of my hand. You are secure, you are loved, you are cherished forever. As you leave this sacred time, carry my presence with you. Let it be like a fragrance that lingers, like a song that continues to play softly in your spirit, like the warmth of sunlight that remains upon your skin long after you have stepped indoors. Carry it into your conversations, into your decisions, into your quiet moments. I go with you. And now, my dear children, I ask you gently, if this message has blessed your heart, if my words have comforted your soul, then let others also taste of this blessing. Share what you have received. Do not hide the light I have kindled within you. Let it shine. You can do this in simple ways by liking, by commenting, by subscribing, not as a duty, but as an act of love, so that others too may hear my voice and know my joy. In this way, you become part of my work, spreading my word like seeds carried by the wind, seeds that fall into soil and grow into fruit for generations to come. My dear children, let your obedience extend even here, sharing freely what I have freely given you, so that the family of faith may grow and the light of my truth may reach far and wide. Go now in peace, rest in my love, walk in my joy, remain in my presence, and know always that you are my beloved children, and I am your everlasting Father.